right, sharing away. It's going to skip. To Facebook. To my pages. Gosh. Share. All right, well. You know what? It's all right. It's all right. I share it to Facebook. Hopefully people come. We have three. That was not a stutter. That was me not being sure of how much time we had left. So, it just now shared. I heard it go clink. Close those out. All right, so it shouldn't buffer anymore. I'll give it about a few more minutes before I begin the lesson. Judgment and review. This is going to be a very interesting because it's on grammar. I know grammar like watching paint dry, but hey, it's essential, is it not? So, language exchange for 9 has been canceled. I wrote a status on Facebook asking him for the lesson. Apparently nobody right now. Either the people haven't seen it or they're just not interested. But I'm going to make the video anyway. Let's see. Let's see. And of course, any questions can be directed to the comments below, whether you see this video live or not. It doesn't really matter. I'll answer all the questions that you have. Oops, be right back. I dropped a paper. Wow. Give it one more minute or two. I'll go ahead and start whether or not people join or not. Okay, so tonight's lesson submitted for your approval, as I used to say in the Twilight Zone. Let me get my glasses. My glasses. How do I look? Let's straighten this a little bit. So, we're going to dive right into it. Let's see here. This is a level 1 lesson. Okay, prepositions. What on earth was that? Prepositions requiring the dative. Did y'all hear that loud bang? Came from upstairs. The following prepositions require dative objects. Als, alser, by, gegenüber, mit, nach, seit, von, and zu. So tonight we will be covering aus, alser, and by, gegenüber, yeah, like watching paint dry. Let me see here. Let me copy this link right quick, get someone in on it. One moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. It'll be also Knock, S-E-I-T, not Z-E-I-T. Vaughn and Sue. And that's pretty much what the lesson's going to be. So, we're covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 prepositions requiring the dative. So, let's begin, shall we? It's almost 5 after by my clock. So, aus, the most common uses is from. Ich komme aus der Vereinigten Staaten. I come from the USA. But here are some other examples, okay? Somebody texted me. No, they didn't. Okay, Herr Schmidt kommt aus Berlin. Mr. Schmidt comes from Berlin. Das Paket kam aus Deutschland. The package came from Germany. Kommt is comes, present tense. Das Paket kam, K-A-M, which means came, basically. So, in such cases, aus indicates origin, like where you were born, where you come from, where your homeland is, what your home country is. Let's see here. I come from New York. Ich komme aus New York. But originally from, or aus, California. Can also mean out of, as in a location, okay? Sie kommt gerade aus dem Haus. She is just coming out of the house. Kommt gerade, just coming. Okay. Ich trinke lieber aus der Flasche. I prefer to drink out of the bottle. I think a stand put on the back of it. Okay, I'll hold it with the other hand. Out of, or for, as in motivation. Es tat es aus Mitleid, Gewohnheit. He did it out of pity, habit. So aus Mitleid, out of pity. So, ich liebe dich aus Mitleid. I love you out of pity. Gewohnheit, which is habit. Rock ist Gewohnheit. See here. Aus diesem Grund will bleiben. For this reason, he wants to stay. Aus diesem Grund. For this reason, okay? Now, when aus is used to indicate motion or reasons, aus Mitleid or aus or a demonstrative adjective, the construction parallels English out of pity, out of fear, aus Angst. However, in the expressions aus welchem Grund, for what reason, and aus diesem Grund, for this reason. So aus diesem, for this, welcome, for which, or for what. German and English can parallel. Okay, so made out of, that's another. Der Ring ist aus Gold. The ring is made of gold. Okay. Das ganze Haus war aus Holz. Holz, H-O-L-Z. Wood. Okay. So die ganze Haus war aus Holz. The entire, or the whole house, was made out of wood. War aus Holz. Was made out of wood. When als made of is used in this tense, neither English nor German uses an article. Be, also. A-U, double S or S set, E-R. Except for, besides, but, aside from, other than, okay? Now, that's a lot to take in, but I'm going to explain as best I can. Alser, again, Alser, A-U, double S or S set, E-R. Kenne ich niemand in Hamburg, except for him, außer ihm, except for him. Kenne ich niemand in Hamburg. Literally, that's besides him, know I nobody in Hamburg. But of course, that doesn't make sense. Okay? I don't know anyone in Hamburg but him, and besides him, I don't know anyone in Hamburg. So, außer ihm, except for, besides him, but him. Note that besides means the same thing, blah, as except for in the above sentences. Moving right along, besides or in addition to, außer ihm kenne ich viele Leute in Hamburg. I know a lot of people in Hamburg besides him. So, here besides means in addition to rather than except for. More specific uses out of es ist außer Atem, außer Gefahr. He is out of breath, außer Gefahr, out of danger. Gefahr is danger. Der Automat ist außer Betrieb. Yeah, Betrieb. My eyes are deceiving me because I'm really tired. Der Automat, the coin-operated machine. Bankomat, automated teller machine. So, Automat, coin-operated machine, is out of order. Außer Betrieb, out of order. Okay, so when außer is used in the sense of out of, no article is used, and this German is similar to English. It also means beside, as in himself, etc. Sie war außer sich, she was beside herself. Außer sich, beside herself. Sie war, she was. Sie war außer sich, she was beside herself. When außer is used in this sense, reflexive pronouns are required. Moving right along to by, B-E-I. By, B-A-E. Okay? So, it means at or with in the sense of someone's house or home. Okay? So, wohnt bei seinem Bruder. He is living at his brother's house. He lives at his brother's. He lives with his brother. Wohnt bei seinen Eltern. Seinen, that's plural. And it's also possessive. So basically, D becomes der, and this is where you get seinen instead of seine, because it's a different case. He's living with his parents, seinen Eltern, his parents. Just like I schenke eine Blume zu meiner Mutter, I give a rose to my mom, or give a flower to my mom, rather. The sentences should be contrasted with wohnt mit seinem Bruder zusammen, which means that he is living together with his brother, perhaps in an apartment rather than living at his brother's house. So you see the difference, It means near with locations, okay? So unser Haus liegt beim Bahnhof. Our house is located near the train station. Ippendorf liegt bei Bonn. Ippendorf is located near Bonn. Let's see here. At, referring to business or professional establishments. 3 Uhr muss ich beim Arzt sein. I have to be at the doctor's at 3. Ist jetzt beim Friseur. He is at the barber's now. Friseur, hairstylist, barber, friseur. Excuse me, friseur. I'm going too fast, guys. I apologize. Note that the English uses a possessive at the doctor's or at the doctor's office, whereas German does not. Weird noises coming from outside my window. The fourth instance that uses at or for as far as with work. Ist jetzt bei der Arbeit. He is at work now. Arbeitet bei der Firma. He works for the firm. And what firm? Mercedes-Benz. So der Firma Mercedes-Benz. So ich arbeite bei der Firma A to Z remote tutoring. And this is my life. More specific uses are with. Ich habe kein Geld bei mir. Now, this is important because if you want to be understood and use correct German, you have to say bei mir, with me. Okay, you cannot say mit mir because that's incorrect. Ich habe kein Geld bei mir. Or by, in the process of beim Lesen lernt man viel. In the process of, or by reading one learns a lot. By way of reading learns someone much is literally what that translates to. Number 7, the use number 7 for by is whenever, or in the case of, normally expressed of weather. You know, it's raining, it's pouring. Very, very basic and useful phrase. Bei schlechtem Wetter bleiben wir zu Hause. When the weather is bad, we stay at home. When the weather is bad, I stay at home too. The 8th use is by, B-Y. Okay. And it's probably the easiest usage to remember because it sounds the same and exactly alike, just spelled differently. Wie kannst du bei dem schlechten Licht lesen? How can you read by that bad light? You know? So, literally translated, how can you by the bad light read? Yeah, it's very important to memorize word order because this is going to get you either laughed at or praised. But normally people will laugh at you if you're trying. They'll correct you. Let's see here. Number D, or letter D, whichever you prefer to say. Gegenüber. Gegenüber. Now, you're probably thinking, what the heck does gegenüber mean? I've never really thought about it before. It's opposite or across from. So, like when you're giving directions, right? Mit gegenüber saßen zwei alte Herren. 2 old gentlemen sat across from me. Mir gegenüber saßen zwei alte Herren. Me across from sat 2 old men. Or gentlemen, rather. Unserem Haus gegenüber ist ein Schreibwarengeschäft. Very, very long word. So let's break it down, shall we? Schreib, to write. Waren was. Geschäft. Shop, okay. So, stationery store. So, you would think, and the reason why I said it wrong is because it can be awfully confusing, can it not? When really it's writing where shop or stationery store. Okay, so unserem Haus gegenüber ist ein Schreibwarengeschäft. There's a stationery store across from, gegenüber, across from our house. Our house across from is a stationery store, literally translated. Gegenüber, always follows a pronoun object, but may come either before or after a noun object. Moving right along, number E, letter E, whichever you prefer. Mit, most common uses, the most widely used way is with. So, macht das mit seinem Bruder zusammen. He is doing that together with his brother. Macht das mit seinem Bruder zusammen. He is making that with his brother together, is what it's literally translated to. The reason why I keep literally translating these is because you are going to get the order more correct that way. It's very, very important. One of the main reasons you do grammar. Now, it can also mean by as a means of travel. Okay. Now, these prepositions I know can be extremely confusing, especially when you get higher up in the ranks of cases and all that. By as a means of travel. Ist mit dem Zug gekommen. He came by train. He is with the train came. So the verb goes at the end, okay, of the sentence. Just like ich du kennen, I know you, or ich kenne dich, I know you. Ich ihr kennen, ich sie kennen, something like that. I don't know. I'm tired. I've been up super early and I'll be working till probably 6 a.m. Lucky me. So fasten your seatbelts, it just gets worse. Where English uses only by to indicate a means of travel, German uses mit in a definite article. Okay, so that's why it's mit dem Zug gekommen instead of mit Zug gekommen. That's very, very incorrect. Okay, so nach, N-A-C-H, to a definition, or to a destination with place names. Ich fahre nach Berlin. I'm driving to Berlin, or I'm going to Berlin. Nach is used for destinations when referring to towns, cities, states, countries, and continents, or the names of town and of larger units. Okay, so note the following idiom. Idioms are fun. They really, really are. They're fun. They spice up the language. Ich gehe nach Hause. I'm going home. Or after is also nach der Arbeit geht direkt nach Hause. After work, he goes directly home. Or he goes right home after work. Ist 10 nach 5. Es ist 10 nach 5. Excuse me. I'm just going to take these off because they're screwing up my game. Es ist 10 nach 5. As in Uhr. It is 10 after 5 o'clock. Telling time is the hugest pain in the neck I could ever have imagined when learning a new language. I have seen it in Hungarian, German, Spanish, Swedish, Russian. It's all the same. It's very, very hard for me to do. But you might be smarter than me, so it might come as a easier task for you. But see, you don't have to say or, okay? This is better. This is a much better angle. Let's see. Did I mention happy a lot? Especially when I'm doing so say nach 5. No need to say or. Everyone understanding that you are looking for the time. Okay. So of course, when someone says what time is it, wie viel Uhr says, oh, es ist 12. Nobody says or after it unless they're being specific or a beginner, you know. And sometimes they do say it. So a more specific use would be according to. Seinem Brief not geht es ihm gut. According to his letter, he's fine. Alles geht gut. Everything is fine. I'm fine. Everything is great. Oh, now something you have to remember. When nach means according to, it will follow its object. Seit, S-E-I-T, not Zeit, Z-E-I-T. Set, A-E-T. Okay, so, no. S-A-E-T. Okay, so the most common uses is since, seit. Wir wohnen seit dem 15. April in Koblenz. Now, if you're going to say this, it's very important to learn your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, those numbers. We've been living in Koblenz since, or seit, the 15th, 15. Now, I want you to Google those, I forget if they're called ordinal or cardinal numbers. But basically, it's like first place, second place, third place, all that. For a period of time. Sie wohnt seit einer Woche bei uns. She's been living at our place for a week. I don't even know why I wore those glasses. I can see better without them. Note that seit, S-E-I-T, once again, requires the present tense if it refers to an action that began in the past and is still going on. In such cases, English requires the present perfect. Yeah, it's heavy duty stuff. Here's a prime example of it to help make things better. Sie wohnt seit dem 15. bei uns. Now, in parentheses, it has written here, seit einer Woche. She has been living with us since the 15th for a week. Seit einer Woche. Now, I know what you're thinking, einer, why is it einer? Again, it's the case. The case has changed. So therefore, the indefinite article will change as well. Remember, is Schinke Blume meiner Mutter instead of meine Mutter? Okay, so seit einer Woche. Der Woche as opposed to die Woche. Bei uns. With us. Okay, so come by uns, come with us. Next is von, V-O-N, or V-O-N. The most common uses are from. Ich fahre von Stuttgart nach Köln. I'm driving from Stuttgart to Köln. Heute habe ich einen Brief von Thomas bekommen. I got a letter from Thomas today. Bekommen, to get. So basically, bekommen is basically to get or to receive, basically. Now, here's a little contrast for you. Heute habe ich einen Brief von Thomas bekommen. With persons, okay? Heute habe ich einen Brief aus München bekommen, with places. Von Thomas. And now remember, aus München. From München. Or out of München. Ich komme aus München. Heute habe ich einen Brief aus München gekommen. Or bekommen, excuse me. Eyes are playing tricks on me. Let's see here. Also, another contrast for you. Ich komme aus Stuttgart. I think I just covered that one. I come from Stuttgart. Or I live there. Ich fahre von Stuttgart nach Köln. I'm driving from Stuttgart to Köln. Now, it also means from, off, or of. Das Glas fiel zum Tisch. The glass fell off of the table. Fiel, fell. Fallen, to fall. Except gefallen is to like something. Das gefällt mir gut. That pleases me very much. Drat. I guess I'll go with door number 2. Starbucks caramel macchiato. Excuse me a minute, you guys. Oh, oops. Just lost my place. It can wait. I'm fine. Note to self, get a paperweight. Let's see here. Let me go back. I went too far. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the last one on that page. So das Glas fiel auf den Tisch. The glass fell off the table. It also means by, by. Wir haben 3 Novellen von Thomas Mann gelesen. We read 3 novellas by Thomas Mann. Of in a possessive sense. Now, remember the possessive changes D to der and all that good stuff. Okay, so ist ein Freund von mir. He is a friend of mine. Von Karl ist ein Freund von Karl. He is a friend of Karl's. Okay, so you note that the possessive, for example, mine, Karl's, follows the English construction, whereas the German von is followed by a simple dative object. Now, last but not least, we have zu, zu. The most common use is to, as in ab und zu here and there. With places inside city with persons. So fährt zum Bahnhof zu seinem Freund, excuse me. He is driving to the station. Fährt zum Bahnhof. He is driving to the station. Fährt zu seinem Freund. He is driving to his friends. Ich komme nachher zu Ihnen. I'll come to your place afterwards. Note that English uses a possessive to his friends or to your place when a person's house or home is meant. German uses only the dative object. For example, note the following idiomatic uses of zu, not idiotic, idiomatic. It's easy to think the other. Ist zu Hause. He is at home. Ist zu Hause. He is at home. Wir gehen zu Fuß zum Beispiel. Oh yeah, zum Beispiel. We're walking, going on foot. Zum Beispiel, for example. Remember that because that's going to be a very, very important little phrase. Zum Beispiel, for example, ich kenne Larry, I know Larry. Ich kenne alles, zum Beispiel, ich kenne Larry. I know everybody. For example, I know Larry. Okay, so this is another one that's going to really, really be useful. Zum Schluss. At the end, finally, in conclusion. What this literally means is in closing. Zum Schluss. SCHLUSS or SCHLUS set. The more specific uses are at or for and occasions. Okay, so for example, Sie sind zu Weihnachten. They came at Christmas. Zu, at or for. Now, zu So verschiedenen Zeiten angekommen. I knew I was going to have a hard time with that. At different times. So sie sind zu verschiedenen Zeiten angekommen. They came at different times. Was haben Sie zu Weihnachten bekommen? What did you get for Christmas? Bekommen, to get. Again, we see that bekommen. Okay, ich fahre zum zweiten Mal nach Deutschland. I can, without looking at the English, I'm going to Germany for the second time. Or I drive to second time to Germany. Or I'm driving for second time to Germany. Okay, zu is used with site. Zu verschiedenen Zeiten. Verschiedenen, separate. Okay, so and with festivals or occasions such as Weihnachten, zu Ostern, zu Pfingsten, zum Geburtstag. At and prices. Ich will 10 Briefmarken zu 20 Pfennig. I want 10 20-cent stamps. Or I want 10 stamps at 20 cents each. Either way is correct. Ich will does not mean I will. It means I won't, which is derived from wollen, which is basically to want. Like, ich will eine Freundin. I want a girlfriend. Ich will eine Frau. I want a wife. Ich will ein Computer. Ich will einen Computer. Mm-hmm. So, I want a computer. So, I'm going to give you a few things for you to express in German. Aside from him, nobody came. Do you want to go by train? Now, I'm not going to translate these. This is your homework. He's at work now. There's a good restaurant across from the station. We've been living here for 2 years, and last but not least, as we near the 39-minute mark, he's at the doctor's now. So let me see if there's anything to review. I know this was a lot to take in. Next grammar lesson that we have, which won't be anytime soon tonight, it'll probably be tomorrow or Saturday before I come back with another lesson. We'll be covering prepositions requiring the accusative. A little preview, and you can look these up and you can wow me. We will be covering prepositions that require the accusative objects such as bis, durch, für, gegen, ohne, and So you'd be surprised how super easy this stuff is. So I'm going to mark the place with my advertisement for a bathtub, a jacuzzi or something. I think it's for this thing where you, like, if you're elderly and you have mobility issues or whatever, you get like this special tub built and you can shut the door and run the water and the water won't leak out of the door. It's kind of cool. I don't know, maybe I'll get one when I get old, which will be never. So anyway, thanks for watching, and choose bis dann.